Sis, what suggestions do you have for parents, grandparents, and adult caregivers who are raising or are concerned about children who are being affected by a relative or friend's addiction to alcohol?
My first recommendation would be for them to consistently and as much as possible reach out to these children and do something I said earlier. Make sure you tell them how important they are.
Yes.
Try to seek out their company. If you as an adult grew up in an alcoholic family, be careful that while you're trying to be supportive of the child, that you don't tell them your story. Your story could become an oppressive piece of information that they do not need to hear. What they might benefit from is if you say, I grew up with a mom or a dad who drank too much, and I know it really feels awful. But there are things that you can do. There's things that we know now that we didn't know when I was a little girl. And under no circumstances do you answer what happened to you. You just say, well, the important thing is what's going on with you right now and help that's available to you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to do everything possible to include the child or to be available to the child. So if you don't live nearby, if you don't live even in the same city, you could, depending upon how old the child is, but if the child's old enough to call up somebody, you can give them your telephone number and say, I love talking to you, and I would be so pleased if you would call me once in a while. And if they act positive to that, ask them for their phone number. Do you want me to give you a call and see how you're doing? And so you can give them that wonderful encouragement. I have a good friend who's an attorney who told me one time that her grandmother saved her. And she told me in several ways how her grandmother saved her. And then she said her grandmother lived 500 miles away. And I said, how did she save you? She said, I knew in my heart every day of the day that if I called my grandmother, whatever was going on with me that was a problem, she would help me walk through it. And she did. And I called her a lot, and she's the one that saved me. So being far away doesn't mean that you have to be far away, especially in this modern world. If you have a phone that you can FaceTime with them, go ahead and FaceTime and blow them kisses. Anything to make them feel like you believe they're special, that you love them, and you want to see them be successful.
That's some great information, Sis. Is there anything else you want to add?
I think there are a couple of other things. One is that you want to remember that you are in the parental role. So attend any activities that the children are doing and cheer them on. Go to the PTA meetings to meet with their teachers. Don't hide the fact that they're staying with you. You can just say, Mom's having a problem, and for a while, my niece, my nephew, my grandchild staying with me. But be sure while they're staying with you that you talk to them about why they are there, that you make sure you help them understand that alcoholism or any drug dependency is a known brain disease. And what happens is that the drugs take over the brain and make parents make decisions they would never make otherwise. It doesn't mean they don't love you. I'm sure they do love you, but they don't know how to show it until they can get help for their brain disease. So maybe what we should do is pray for Mom and Dad, and let's tell some good stories about, when times were good. What are the favorite things you used to do with your mom? Maybe we can do them. Maybe there are the favorite things you used to do with your dad. Maybe my husband could do them. I think that they need to know that the children don't understand that their parents have a disease that has trapped their brain, and use the words like trapped or taken over or hacked the brain. Mm-hmm. And this isn't your loving mother or dad. This is a person who has been whose brain has been taken over. And so let's pray that can help. And in the meantime, we know your mom and dad want you to be as good as you can be at everything you do. And that's what we're here for, to help you do that.